Hello and welcome. Welcome to a new game for the channel. This is episode 1 of Crying Suns. Again, this is a game I haven't played before. It looked appealing. I think it's like a bit of a strategy type turn-based game. I love the pixel style graphics, and I'm a big sci-fi fan, so it's got everything I love. Now, this is going to be the last new game on the channel until I start finishing some. I think I've got a few at the moment. Being a new channel, I just wanted to get out there the different type of games that I like, and hopefully will like with this one. But I think going forward, I'll probably just have 2 series running on the channel, and then 2 on the Twitch, which I'll upload to the YouTube channel. So yeah, there's quite a few at the moment, but after I start finishing some of these, we'll narrow it down a little bit. Yeah, let's get into it. I know nothing about this game, so let's see what happens. If you ever create a robot looking like that, you're a bad guy. Okay? If there's any doubt. Ellis, Idaho? Where am I? A dwarf planet? Oh, Caliban. Maybe he's not bad. A dwarf planet on the outer rim. Most call it the Gehenna, if they call it anything at all. This, Admiral, is a top-secret cloning facility for the Imperial Forces, the one and only of its kind. I am Caliban, its own Omni-Guardian. I don't understand. You have died, Admiral, or to put it another way, the true version of you has died. You are his clone, identical to the original Ellis Idaho in every possible way, with some minor differences. When did Admiral Idaho die? How? Unfortunately, I do not know the details of my clones' lives, as interesting as they must be. Extraneous to my directives, I believe. Extraneous to my... yeah. Which leads me to why I've awoken you. You must be curious after all. I need your help. A machine asking for my help? Now I truly feel strange. Not just a machine, Admiral. An Omni. Short for Omni... It's not really short if the first word... Anyway, Omni, Mechanical, Neo, and Intelligence. Emperor Oberon invented us. Now your kind relies on us for just about everything. I'll come right out with it. I believe the Empire is in danger. In danger? What in the name of Oberon are you talking about? Once every 4 years, under the most secretive of protocols, I receive a single transmission from Elysium, our capital. Those transmissions stopped arriving. So you send a transmission yourself. I don't see the problem. That's just it. I can't. This facility was built in such a way to prevent it from initializing contact with the Empire, to help keep it a secret. Something is wrong, I'm certain of it, and I've awoken you so that we can fly out of here in an Omega-class battleship no less and see for ourselves. We? I believe you'll find my intelligence indispensable for our mission, Admiral. I don't have your kind limitations. If you're so smart, what do you need me for? Why don't you command the battleship? Because of Oberon's Rubicon, it prohibits Omnis from commanding battleships. War is a human prerogative. Also, since I can assume the clones here are the best of the best, that would make you the best Imperial Admiral to ever exist. I'd say you're perfect for the job. I'll do it, machine, for Oberon and the Empire. It's my duty as an Imperial Admiral. Excellent. Now just one more thing. Standard operating procedure requires I ask, can you recall any of your emotional memories? Emotional memories? Any memory linked to a strong emotion like love or hate. These memories, because of their complex neural pathways, will be a bit trickier for you to access, I'm afraid. I'm not sure. Then if you'll do me the honor of trying to recall one, any emotional memory will do. I can't. So much is blurred, broken, apart. Don't worry, Admiral. Perfectly normal for this stage. You'll find rational memories, on the other hand, those linked to Idaho's training and combat experience, almost immediately accessible. Just ask if you need a refresher. Lastly, and this is important, if the emotional memories return, rather when they return, you must tell me immediately. It is important for your safety. Yes, your safety. Do you understand? I understand. Perfect. Now let's wake up the rest of the crew, shall we? We don't have a moment to waste. And please, Admiral. What is it now, machine? Call me Caliban. Alright. Whoa. Okay. Alright. Oh, hang on. Is there a tutorial? Is this a tutorial? Select your officers to start. Okay. This must be our ship. Complete chapter 1. Okay. Upgrade levels. Add squadron. Oh, here we go. Start. Normal. We'll go normal. Yeah, upgrade levels. Add a squadron dock to additional squadron battle. The more squadron docks you have, the more units can fight for your ship. Add officer base assistant to power or repair your squadron system. Decrease time squadron docks are locked after squadron has been destroyed. Okay. Add weapon docks to use additional weapons in battle. The more weapon docks you have, the greater your firepower. You still need to have available weapons to dock them. Okay. Add officer base assistants to power up or repair your weapons. Additional hull structures. Add hull bars to your ship to increase its life. Damage bars are automatically repaired after winning a battle. All fires are put out in after hull bar destruction. Okay. Harden hull. Hull bars are battleship health. Harden your hull to make it more durable in battle. That's fine. Add officer bases to repair or strengthen. Okay. Increase the maximum heat capacity of all systems. 1 damage sustained on a system equals 1 heat point on the damaged system. Okay. Fuel scavenging efficiency. Increase Caliban's ability to scavenge neon and from hypercubes. Okay. Scavenging neon and hypercubes cannot fail. Okay. Increase intel on stellar systems in the sector. And allows the expeditionary force to retreat more often and in better conditions during expedition. I swear to God, I just can't. Never mind. Alright, starting units. Fighter, frigate, drone. I don't know what the difference between those are. Pierce laser. Choose your officers. Okay. Zinyi Raju. He's famous. Shop price when sold ×2. Okay. They've all got the same health, so that's fine. Skills, fight and demolition, persuasion and sharp sensors, piloting and demolition, erudition and engineering. How many do we need? You have 2 officers left to select. Okay. I don't care about the famous one, but he's good at fighting. I think this one, good pilot and demolition. So we're going to take you to wreck Meta. Okay, yep, Tarek Meta. Advanced Rebel Time Fighter. Heat sustained by system from battleship weapons. 1.5. Patch squadrons and plus 35 against non-patch units. So we got a demolition. What are you? Persuasion and sharp sensors. Applies to weapons. That also applies to weapons. Let's go you, an engineer as well. Yeah. Tarek and Shirley. Welcome aboard. We can't change our battleship. Okay. Good luck to you both. I'm not optimistic. These are the sectors of the Outer Rim, Admiral. The farthest sectors from the capital that there are. If there was ever a wasteland in the Empire, this would be it. Strange, I'm not picking up other omnis. Even out here, I should be picking up dozens of them. Let's try not to overreact, machine. It's probably nothing. The Empire has run flawlessly for how many years now? 700. And it will do so for hundreds more. Now, come on, let's take a look around. Ominous. Alright. Okay. There's our 2. Okay, alright. The Alleghi Majora system. Cost 1 Neo-N to reach. What do we have here, Lieutenant? It appears some kind of cube-like refinery, sir. It's a Neon-N hypercube, Omnitech for the simultaneous harvesting and refining of neutronium from the nearby stars. Interesting, if not downright bizarre, this cube isn't connected to the fold net. How could that be? And why aren't hypercube Omnis trying to reconnect it as I speak? We'll get some more information. Ask Caliban for explanation. Your memory's still blurry. Certain things are still blurry to me, machine. What do you want to know, Admiral? The Neo-N. It's our fuel, isn't it? Tell me about Neo-N. Hundreds of years ago, pre-Omni times, the first advanced machines discovered the existence of the final element, neutronium, which exists usually, but not always, in stars. Neutronium is extremely volatile in its natural state, but these advanced machines stabilized and improved upon it, providing the most powerful and longest lasting energy source yet, neo-neutronium, or Neo-N. Neo-N in turn allowed the first machines to create an even more advanced machine. Machines creating machines. The Omni, or Skynet, the acronym for Omni Mechanical, Neo-N Intelligence. But I thought you told me Oberon invented the Omnis. I did, you're absolutely right, but technically it's not entirely true. Oberon invented the first advanced machines, which in turn, thanks in part to their creation of Neo-N, invented the Omnis. Neo-N in its refined state is the perfect energy source, stable and almost boundless in energy yield. As a result, it's used just about all Omni-Tech as humans stopped inventing tech hundreds of years ago. Lastly, what's important about Neo-N is that our very own battleship, the NS Odysseus, uses it, and without it we can't go anywhere. Odysseus. What do you want to know, Admiral? What's the fold net? It's like the internet. As you probably recall by now, Admiral, the Omnis have invented and managed Imperial tech for more or less since the dawn of the Empire. The fold net, arguably our greatest achievement, forms the backbone of the Empire. Think of it as a global galactic network, allowing instant data and or matter transmission through it, numerous interconnected folders and beacons. And without the constant vigilance and management of the fold net, Omnis, none of it would be possible and humanity would live in fragmented, chaotic darkness. Needless to say, it's important. Oh, there's more. Folders. Let me see if I can explain it to you in a way that you could possibly understand. Patronizing. In the early days of the Empire, at a speed of 100 times that of light speed, the interstice offered the fastest space travel available. It was fast, don't get me wrong, but traveling from cluster to cluster could still take decades. To assist Empire administration, and just because we could, the Omnis invented a means to travel from 2 points in space instantaneously. The folders. Yes, each folder, several kilometers across, is linked or paired with another folder through a process of... This is going to be really difficult to explain to a non-quantum computing entity. Essentially, all you need to know is that these paired folders collapse or fold space for a very brief moment of time, so as the two points in space previously unjoined. If anyone's seen Event Horizon, this is what happened, and that movie did not end well. Without the folders, Oberon could never have grown his empire, nor kept it together for the 700 years that he has. Each folder is run by an Omni. These Omnis are cleverly known as folder Omnis. Without them, the folders simply cannot work. Lastly, in order to reach Elysium, the Empire's capital, on our journey we will have to use several folders. But why can't we just teleport to Elysium directly? We are deep in the outer rim. The few folders paired with Elysium will be found in the very important hubs. We'll need to reach those first. Alright, that's fine. Beacons. What can you tell me about the FoldNet beacons? The beacons, which we'll most likely encounter on our journey, function as repeaters, amplifying all FoldNet data transmission throughout the cluster. Beacons allow all Empire citizens, even if they live out here on the Outer Rim, and are, for all intents and purposes, socially and culturally irrelevant, to receive and send information in the galaxy instantly. Oberon believes that everyone has the right to instantaneous information and materials in this sector. Quite debatable if you ask me. What do you want to know? The interstice? The interstice is another Omni-invented tech, one of the first great inventions and one developed long before the folders. With their interstitial tech, the Omnis created an empty space dimension between the ones you know, what we call a tunnel. where the universe light speed behaves, let's say, differently. In an interstitial tunnel, it is possible to reach up to 100 times the speed of light, a speed that allows your kind to colonize the nearest stars. However, interstitial travel still has its limitations. For example, at this speed, it would take you 750 years to travel from one end of the Empire to the other, a period of time greater than the age of the Empire itself, hence the need for folders. However, the interstice is sufficient when travelling intra-cluster and within that cluster and sectors. Alright, cool. We've got a bit of background now. So essentially, we made the robots made smarter robots, and then those robots made everything else. That's pretty much it, I think. That's fine. We're going to send a small team to investigate the cube. Captain Lynch, form a small squadron, fly around the cube and tell me what you see. Good work, Lynch. I don't think Lynch was one of the people that we selected, was it? Maybe he's already on the ship. Sir, the Omni was right. The cube isn't connected to the fold net, and by the looks of it, hasn't been connected in years. What space? Look at fast forward on that. Just a guess here, but I'd say it looks like it's been disconnected for maybe 10, 15 years. 10 or 15 years. At least, sir. Could the Empire have, I don't know, disconnected it on purpose? I don't think so, Admiral. I'm not a cube Omni myself, but cubes are complex tech needing constant supervision. Disconnecting it would make it all but impossible. And the Neo N levels? Empty, sir. There's no Neon N here whatsoever. Looks like whoever came before us took all of it. We won't be fueling here. The reserves might be empty, but there could still be some residual Neo N coursing through the cube. I should be able to unlock the final restraint that we can scavenge the leftovers. It won't be much, but it will help our efforts. There, we should be able to scavenge Neo N fuel here, but that'll be the last of it in this cube. Okay? All suns have Neo N cubes where you have a chance of scavenging some previous leftover fuel. Okay. Where's my tutorial? Do I need to do anything? Scavenge. 1 Neon N fuel recharged. Is that it? What if I... Does doing this do anything? Do I need any of that? Increase squadron return time docked. Okay, I don't really know. Is that all I had to do? Just click on that. Alright. Well, I don't know what all this is then. Okay. Like I said, I haven't played this before, so we're learning together. So if you have any advice or anything, any tips, let me know. Anomaly signal. Anomaly signals are the riskiest events you'll encounter, offering very positive or very negative outcomes. You won't know what type until you're there, negative or positive, until arriving at the signal source. I won't go there just yet because I don't know how to play. Oh, it's locked as well. Let's go to this one then. To ship. Sir, battleship 12 o'clock. What kind of battleship, Lieutenant? Couldn't say, sir. I've never seen a ship like this in all my service. Incoming transmission. Hello? An Imperial battleship made from Telos Tech. My mouth is watering. This is Admiral Idaho of the Imperial Fleet. Stand down, Captain. This is an Imperial sector you'll find yourself in. Imperial sector? That's funny, imp. Grub. Imp severe. Offensive? The battle is imminent. Good luck, Admiral. Thanks. Alright, tutorial will be good, thank you. You can deploy your officers during fights. Some officers have special abilities that can boost specific systems. All officers can also repair critical effects sustained by any system. There are 3 systems: squadron, weapon, and hull. Be careful where you deploy your officers. Okay. Squadrons are essential to protect your battleship and destroy the enemy. To deploy your squadron, click on the plus sign on an empty dock. For now, your second dock will be locked until you've learned the basics. Thank you. Limit my ability. Use your weapons to gain a decisive advantage on the battlefield. Weapons can be deployed by clicking the plus sign on an empty dock. Okay. Your neurocom can also accelerate your thoughts to a point where time appears totally still. Press space to enter or exit from pause. Okay. Alright, so it's pretty much... Alright, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Well, you should... I think you should be going in here. Because you've got the squadron thing. And I'll put you in the weapons. Weapon reload time. Cool, okay. So I've got to hit the plus. I wasn't paying attention to where the plus was. Do I just select anywhere? How many can I put out? Oh, only one. One available, okay. And then the weapon. Left click to select when available, okay. Am I meant to be... Well, thanks for the tutorial game, that's... Good work. Now what do? Do I just keep moving ahead? Why not just go and attack the ship? Your weapon is finished charging and ready to fire. Click on it and shoot a target on the battlefield, deal damage to your enemies. Okay, I don't have any... Can I attack the ship directly? Let's attack their weapons. Is that good? Hull 35 out of 50. Oh, that's the timer for their squadron. Okay. Good job, Admiral. Here's a summary of the battle. What was that thing? I don't know, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I want to either. Okay. I think I get it. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Alright, well, we're here. Let's go to the next one. An Imperial outpost, sir. It seems abandoned. Any heat signatures? Not a single one. Seems empty of all human life. What about an omnipresence? They should be here managing the station, no? They should, and no, I'm not detecting any. This is getting stranger and stranger. Let's ask him about the Imperial outpost. What can you tell me about this outpost? Seems to be just your run-of-the-mill Imperial outpost, Admiral. There are outposts in all Imperial sectors. With the capital, Elysium, so far away, they help keep the peace and maintain order. You must show your military might so that you don't have to use it, I believe is the thinking. But there's definitely no military might here. What do you want to do about the outpost? Let's try and contact it. Lieutenant, see if you can make contact with someone human or not inside. Of course, Admiral. Sorry, sir. If there's anyone inside, they're not answering. What do you want to do about this outpost? Let's go in and have a look. Captain, form a small team, check it out. You got it, sir. Sir, the outpost is empty. Seems it was abandoned years ago. If I had to guess, probably around the time the hypercube back there was disconnected from the fold net. Looks like someone came here, took the most valuable Omni parts, Neo-N encapsulators, positronic chips, and left the rest behind. Scavenging Omni parts? Who would do such a thing? That's a capital offense, one that the Pragma execute you for. Hold on, sir, I'm getting a transmission. My commanders have found something. An Omni, intact from top to bottom. Is it functional? That's a negative, sir. It was in a lower level. Guess whoever was here before us didn't go down that far. Might have needed high clearance to get in. Admiral, I can examine it from here if the captain plugs the data in pad into the exosoc. Sure thing, Omni. Okay, accessing the Omni's mainframe. And... strange. Its exoframe is perfectly intact. It has plenty of neon and its positronic chip seems to be in place. It should be up and running. I don't get it. Any idea when it shut down? According to its chip 20 years ago. Roughly the time the hypercube was unlinked from the fault net. What do you want to do about it? What does that mean? Ask him. I have some questions, machine. What do you want to know? Can you reactivate the Omni? Unfortunately, no. Only Omni owners can do that. Besides, this Omni isn't just in sleep mode. It's been shut down. Okay. Positronic chip. The positronic chip and the other Omni inventions, I'm guessing. Actually, no. Your kind invented this, as incredible as that is. Specifically, Emperor Oberon. The positronic chip serves several purposes. 1, it contains a Rubicon, and 2, it dictates Omni functionality. My functions are specific to Gehenna, and as such, we're different from the functions of other Omnis, whether they be Imperial, Outposts, like the Omni here, Folder Omnis, Cube Omnis, Medical, Teacher, or the hundreds of other kinds that exist in the Empire. Lastly, the positronic chip gives Omni quantum computing capabilities. It's what allows us to be so much smarter than you. Positronic chips are produced and distributed near Elysium, of course. That's by design so that Oberon can closely monitor the positronic quota. Simply put, without a positronic chip, an Omni is little more than an exoframe. That's fine. What about the quota? Yes, so as to maintain perpetual harmony in the Empire, Oberon created a quota. Depending on your house, and whether it's a minor or major, you receive a certain number of chips every 10 years. Who received the most chips? House Telos, of course, Oberon's house, our house. And the fewest? One of the minor houses, Vicalary. They have a pitfall quota. Embarrassing, really. I'd hate to be a Vicalary Omni. Racist. We know about all this. Or classist, I guess. I know enough for now, machine. Could be a good time to take a break. What do you want to do about this outpost? There's nothing we can do. Something is wrong, at least in the outer rim. I don't want to further worry you, but our battleship's heuristics are detecting an anomaly at our next destination. Right, so we can't do anything here. Okay. Oh, here we go. Another ship. It's one of those creatures again, sir. Maybe this one will be friendly. Nice ship you got there. I'm going to enjoy scrapping it over your dead bodies. Thank you, Clock. It's very kind. You're going down, whatever you are. Battle's imminent. Good luck, Admiral. Thank you. Alright. Each basic squadron type, frigates, drones, and fighters, is best suited to fight against a particular squadron, providing it with massive damage bonus if properly matched. Be sure to find out a unit's strength and weakness before deploying it. Okay, against drones. Can I change? Here we go. Against frigates. What does patched mean? And against fighters. What are these? Fighters. Alright, so let's put them there. Oh no, that's not. I want these. No, how do I replace it? I don't want those. Can I unselect? I don't think I can unselect. Hang on. Squadrons. I want to use these ones. No empty slot. That's fine. I know there's no empty, but okay, I can't swap them. Is that because I already sent them out there? Can I recall them? Alright, we're just going to go with that. We'll see what happens. Units are under attack. That's fine. Go and attack their squadrons again. Oh no, they're still under attack, sorry. Nope. Weapons ready. Okay. Fire the weapon. Fire this one at the squadrons and then you can go after the weapons. So it's damaged it, but not permanently. Oh, they don't have any weapon sets. Sorry, I should have looked at that. Okay, weapons reload time. So that's damage, but that's fine. We want to get rid of this 8 out of 20. So it's repaired it a little bit. Good job at rewards. Okay. Thought we had yet another brush with death. At least the scanner detected the anomaly this time. Tell me more about these anomaly machines. Anomalies are destinations with higher than normal probability of being very negative or very positive. Unfortunately, we don't know what kind of outcome to expect until we arrive at the source's signal. You could say investing in anomaly signal is a bit of a gamble. Good to know. Come on, there's got to be someone around here who can tell us what's going on. Alright, encounter anomaly, that's fine. I don't... So I got more for... No empty slot. I don't think you can... Right click to withdraw. Oh, I see. Ooh, good. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll leave that empty so we can go to the next ship. Okay, what's next? Ejected cryopod. There would appear to be a small colony on this planet, Admiral. Maybe we can finally get some answers. I'm also detecting a ground signal roughly 1,000 kilometers from the colony. Could be worth investigating with an expedition. Hello, is anyone there? Bowie. David Bowie? Hello, this is Admiral Ellie's Idaho of the Imperial Fleet. Tigan. Tigan? Tigan Bowie, leader of my small colony. What can we do for you, Admiral? If it's scrap you're looking for, I'm sorry, but we have none to spare. Scrap. We're here to find out what's going on with these sectors. I don't understand. We get to encounter a single active Omni and 2 enemy battleships have engaged us. Is this some sort of sick joke, Admiral? The Omni is shut down. Impossible. The Omni shut down in our sectors, and when they did, so did all of their tech. It can't run without them. How? When? I have no idea how it happened. I'm not even sure Oberon does. It's truly the great mystery of our time. As for when? 20 years ago. We relied on them for everything. Food, medicine, weather. It's hard to give accurate numbers, but maybe 75% of the population here died in the first 5 years alone. Now, who knows how many of us are left? 10%? Less. How these people on the planet. Ask how you can help their people. How can we help? What can the NS Odysseus do to help? Defeating the Scrappers would be a nice start. Things would look a whole lot better with those scum out of the way. The Scrappers? Don't tell me you don't know about them either. It's like you've been living this entire time in an uninhabited planet on the edge of the Outer Rim. The Scrappers are a group of hideous, irradiated scavengers who collect leftover Omni Tech and Neo-N. And when the Omni shut down, causing the fold net to collapse in our sector, they were the ones who took over the chaos. They're not the only rotten apples around here with your pirates and your occasional crazy civilian, but they're definitely the worst. They defeated the Imperial ships? How? Tell us tech is second to none. Imperial captains are trained at the Academy. True, but the Scrapper battleships wore them down. Picked off one here, another there. It was a war of attrition. Plus, the Empire couldn't send reinforcements, not with our folders down, you see. I hate to say it, but I think it's just a matter of time before they make slaves of us all. But even if you beat them, even if you beat Mother, it won't change anything. The way we're going 10, 15 years from now, with all the hardship we're experiencing, we'll be gone, all of us. Unless what? You somehow reactivate the Omnis, turn them back on again. The ones that haven't been scavenged for their parts, that is. That's the only way to save us. Is there something else you want to know? Yeah, how do we turn them back on, since you know everything? But how can we do that? You're asking the wrong guy, I'm afraid. As I said, no one knows who or what shut them down. You'll have to solve that mystery on your own. That's fair enough. And once you do, you'll still have to find a way to turn them back on, which might be another thing altogether. Where should we start? I hate to say it, but Mother is probably your best bet. I mean, she benefited the most from them shutting down in this cluster, didn't she? Then again, there are a lot of theories about who or what is responsible for this. Is there something else you want to know? Mother. Tell me about Mother. You really don't want to know, Admiral. For some reason, that's what they call her. Their leader. Mother, Mum, Mummy. It's all very upsetting. From what I gather, she's the one who started the Scrappers, fostering a punk, nihilistic, scavenging philosophy among their sordid drinks. And who makes up her ranks? Former imprisoned prisoners, I think, the worst of the worst. When the Omni shut down, the prisoners escaped from their Omni-run prisons and psychiatric stations. Mother loves her tech, especially House Telos tech, like the battleship you have. And she and the Boyles who work for her will kill you for it and enjoy doing it too. She's been terrorizing these sectors for years now, enslaving men and women to bolster their numbers and make them into her playthings and baby makers, as she calls them. Baby makers. Ask about the baby makers. You don't want to know who they are. But since you asked, the playthings are Mother's sex slaves, and the baby makers are, you know what she uses to make babies. Make babies? Scrappers often die young from their exposure to Neon M, as they should, thank Oberon for that. Mother uses her baby makers to keep the Scrapper numbers growing. She supposedly has breeding stations spread throughout the sector. Frankly, I can't imagine a worse place. We'll do everything we can to stop these monsters, you have my word. Something else. Did Mother shut down the Omnis? He doesn't know. Like I said before, Admiral, I couldn't say. But if she didn't do it, I'd wager some serious scrap she knows who did. But I don't recommend asking her, Admiral. I don't recommend getting anywhere near her for that matter. Frankly, Mother terrifies me. What else? Ask more about the Scrappers who control the area. Tell me more about the Scrappers who work for your Mother and control this sector. Each sector is controlled by one of Mother's cronies. You'll recognize them by their freakish mutations brought on by their exposure to too much Neon N. But I sincerely hope you don't see them, because if you do, well, you usually don't live to tell about it. It's not the bravest thing to do, but I'll say it again, hide, make yourself inconspicuous, Admiral. If you're lucky, you'll live another 10 or 15 years. Alright, what else? No, that's fine. Thank you. Is there something else? What's scrap? You mentioned something called scrap. Can you tell me more about this? Well, now that the Omnis have been inactive for so long, Imperial Soul, the former currency, no longer holds value of any sort. The only thing that does is scrap. Remnants of Omnitech, its metals, ship materials, and Neon N, our energy source. As Omnitech becomes scarcer and scarcer, which it has over the last 20 years, its value has appreciated, causing people to act in increasingly desperate and violent ways to get it. That's why scrappers want to destroy your ship so much. It's so they can collect the broken down parts and sell them, just so they can prolong their miserable lives. But it's not just the scrappers and the pirates who desire this stuff, it's just that most of us common folk aren't willing to kill for it. At least, not yet. Alright, what else? What more do we want to learn about scrap? Oh no, we already did that. I just didn't know why. That's fine, thank you. Ask about theories regarding the shutting down of the Omnis. I've heard a few, Admiral. Even times of starvation, people like to gossip. Probably the most popular around here is the Omnivirus theory, which is that somehow the Omnis got some kind of machine virus that quickly spread and ultimately shut them down. But that theory doesn't hold water for me. Why not? It doesn't explain how or why they all shut down at the same time, which you know they seemingly did around here. One moment they were working doing what they've always done, making our lives easier, and the next they weren't. I don't know of any virus that can do that. Do you? What other theories have you heard? Well, after that, you've got your less credible theories. Such as, well, you've got your Omni mass suicide theory that states that the Omnis, upset over their role in the Empire, somehow found a way to shut themselves down, to kill themselves because they have no longer wanted to live. Then you've got your Omni rapture theory, which is that the Omnis left this realm to go to a heavenly realm. This theory is popular among certain fringe religious groups, whack jobs if you ask me. And last but not least, you've got the alien shutdown theory, which is that hostile aliens from another galaxy, or is it another dimension, shut down all of our Omnis so that they could easily conquer us. The big problem with that theory is that, as far as I know, the hostile aliens never showed up. What do you think? Me? I think we never should have become so dependent on the things in the first place. That's what I think. No, thank you, Bowie. I promise in the neighbour Oberon we'll take care of these scrappers and get your Omnis up and running again. You say that, Admiral, but you'll fail or you'll stop trying sooner or later, or worse yet, you'll die. But take this Neon N, Admiral, we have plenty at the moment, I have a feeling you'll need it. And like I said, I know it's not the bravest thing to do, but it's best if you hide. You'll live longer that way. What's that? 4 Omni. Neon N fuel, sorry. End of transmission, sir. Do you believe what he said, Admiral? Unfortunately, yes, it explains everything we've seen so far. The Omnis shut down in the outer rim and so did their tech, including the cluster folders. That's why those scrappers now run things here. So what do we do now, sir? First thing we need to do is find this mother. As Bowie said, if she didn't shut down the Omnis, chances are she knows who or what did. If you want to move on, Admiral, open the star map below by clicking on it and choose the next system. Otherwise, you might want to stay and check out this ground signal I was telling you about. Could be an opportunity to gather some resources and put your commandos to use. Now that you learn the basics, the second dock has been unlocked, and make good use of it while commanding a squadron. A numerical advantage is often turning point in battle. You can access the expedition dashboard here. Alright, let's have a look. Prepare mission. Scanning. Beep, 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 beep. Ejected cryopod. No major threats detected. Okay, lots happening. This is the number of the commandos sent on the expedition. Minimal requirement for commandos is 3. The maximum number of commandos will be sent up to 10 if you have enough of them. The more you send, the better chance for success. This section displays the type of artifacts you have a chance to collect during the expedition. Each type will always yield some kind of reward. Okay. This section displays the types of major threats, exceptionally dangerous situations your team will face during the expedition. Be careful, that's fine. Ground distress signal displays the number of possible retreats your team will have during. That's fine. Officer survival represents the chance your leading officer has to return safely. Healthy officers have a chance to come back injured. Injured officers come back to have a chance they don't come back chance to die. An injured or dead officer will abort the mission, forcing the team to retreat ship without loot. The resource extraction meter represents the minimum and maximum % of encountered resources. Artifacts include that your team have a chance to bring back with them on the ship, if the leading officer survives. The commander survival meter represents the chance your commanders have to return safely. It displays the minimum and maximum possible number of commanders that will not make it back to your ship. Okay, alright, so your officer will return safely. Oh, this is depending on who I pick. So, okay, the officer will return. You'll extract 19 and 48 of available resources. You'll blink 4 and 9 commandos. What is wrong with you? You'll extract between 20 and 64%. You'll lose 0 and 1 commando. God, what, you shoot them yourself? Jeez. Alright, that's fine. We've got 12. Okay. So if we select... We've selected you, haven't we? Yeah. Shirley Silver. Yes, okay. Launch. Lieutenant, Caliban's detected an artifact on this planet that could be helpful to our mission. We have a good idea of where it is, but we'll need you and a team of commandos on the ground to find and extract it. We'll have visuals, but space-to-ground communication will be minimal. We can't risk giving away the location of our battleship or exposing you to potential local threats. Only contact us when it's secure to do so, and I'll decide if an emergency retreat is necessary. Of course, any additional resources you encounter should be extracted too. Now get going, a shuttle's waiting for you and the commandos, and good luck down there. Thank you. I like this. The line is secured, Admiral. You've seen our bio readout. What do you think? Should we continue? Yes. No one's died. Continue. No fight. Perfect. This person, Shirley's kicking ass. Oh, I spoke too soon. Never mind. That's okay. I thought she was doing really... What's this? Demolition. Okay. And she doesn't have demolition. She's got A book and a gear. Engineering. What is the book? Erudition. Okay. The expedition was able to return with the 105 rewards. It's good. The star map opens the current sector star map where you can choose your next destination system. Okay. Oh wow. Each node represents a stellar system you can visit. Each interstitial jump to a neighboring system costs 1 neon N. Each system contains different points of interest. The ground signal indicators show a system with planetary expedition. Trading beacon indicators show a system where you can buy and repair equipment. Anomaly indicates a system where there are high level risk and or reward. Each time you jump, the current sector rulers get more suspicious. Once the alert counter reaches 0, they'll follow your tracks and try to find you. Being caught will result in a very difficult, unprofitable encounter. Alright. Anomaly. It's got some stuff. Mercenary outpost. Sector 103. Okay, cool. We might wrap that one up there. A lot of reading and learning for that one, but I guess that's what you expect at the start of a game. Oh, hang on. This is too far. Let me know your thoughts. We'll play through this one, and I'm enjoying it. I think the concept, I love the art style, the story. I got to get a bit more familiar with the flight, the space battles, but I think it has some potential. So, any advice if you've played this before? No spoilers if you can help it, but let me know what I should look forward to. And any advice on the channel in general, please leave them in the comments. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.